Hey guys, welcome to Fatcon 2024, the biggest event of the year. I'm your host, Mallard of Fact, and I'm going to be telling you all about this convention. Now, if you don't know what this is, it's probably because you're just a little bit too skinny, and you should probably plump up a little bit because you want to come to this convention. It's a very positive, healthy environment, and you're truly missing out. So, what is FatCon 2024? Well, FatCon is a 3-day convention based in Seattle, Washington, featuring 30 plus workshops, panels, fashion shows, oh yes, size inclusive vendors, and more. Now, this event has ended. It took place from the 5th through the 7th, so I didn't cover it soon enough that you could get your tickets. I'm very sorry about that, but that's why I'm telling you right now, so you can get ready for next year in case they have it again. That should give you plenty of time to physically prepare yourselves. How big is FatCon? 500 big, beautiful bodied people. 500 of them. That must be toasty. A lot of bodies rubbing together, a lot of calories being burnt by the slightest bit of movement. Now, if you're hoping to go to this, you have to break the bank just a little bit. It's around $250, at least it was next year. With the success, I suspect it might go up even a little bit more. So you want to be a big fat fatty, you also have to have a big fat bank account. Let's talk about this mission right here. The mission to improve your lives. Fat humans through art, health, public policy, and community outreach. Now, I'm not so sure about that whole healthy part due to this article right here. These 4 social media influencers were swept up by a movement that claims obesity is perfectly healthy. The tragic truth is that they have all died under the age of 45. Now, I'm not going to sit here and just rag on these people because they actually passed away. And it's a horrible thing to lose someone. Their families, I'm sure, are grieving. It doesn't matter what you've done wrong. There are a lot of people out there that love you, and I'm not going to disrespect that and just trash on you. They made a choice. It was the wrong choice. Fortunately, a few of these people before they passed tried to share their message saying, don't do it. It's really sad to see, but let's just keep moving on. The final videos posted to Brittany Sowers' TikTok page make for upsetting viewing. Speaking tearfully to the camera, the 31 stone social media star, who posted defiantly body positive content about how hot she felt in certain outfits, admitted that she ruined her life with food and binge eating. There you go. She admitted it. She was one of those people that was very body positive, being fat is okay until it was too late for her, and ultimately it took her life. You hate to see it. These people that are delusional and they want to change, but it might be a little too hard for them to make a change. So instead, they will find a group of people that have something in common with them, and they'll all hang out together. All these big boned bodies hanging out together so that they can feel good about themselves and talk about how positive it is. When in reality, we all know the truth. There is nothing good about being morbidly obese. It causes all types of health problems, and as we can see, it shortens your lifespan drastically. And even if you did live to be close to the median age of before dying, you're not going to live the quality of life that you deserve to be living. Now, you don't have to be absolutely jacked, some shredded monster, an elite athlete or something. You don't have to be that. Just be healthy enough that you can do the things that you should be able to do. Go on a walk upstairs without breathing super heavy. You shouldn't need a wheelchair or something just to get around. You should be mobile. As long as you don't have any kind of other condition that is preventing you from walking, you should be able to walk without your own weight bringing you to the ground. That's all I'm saying. Brittany had been a virtual prisoner in her own home for 2 years dealing with type 2 diabetes and repeated bouts of the skin infection cellulitis, which had caused a growth in her pelvis weighing more than 2 stone. She had even been forced to ask someone else to cut her toenails as it left her too breathless. Imagine that for a moment. I get it if you're not that flexible, if you have back pain or something, you can't cut your own toenails, but for it to physically drain you to the point that you can't breathe, bending over to cut your own toenails. That is horrible. Picture that for a moment. You're not only struggling trying to walk, just trying to bend over and get back up. It wears you out. That is awful. Yet she hoped desperately that it wasn't too late to save herself, which we know, unfortunately, it was too late. She got to that point of no return and she passed away. I'm scared I'm going to end up in a bad place that my body can't recover from. And she wasn't wrong. She said to her 500,000 TikTok followers. 500,000 people were following her, listening to her talk about fat positivity, to not body shame, to eat whatever you want, and to enjoy life through obesity. 500,000 people. Why? Those people should feel a bit ashamed if they were encouraging her in any way, shape, or form. Do not embrace obesity. It is literally taking lives. She said, I want you to know it's not worth it. Food isn't worth your life. Now, there's a very good message, and hopefully it will hit home for a lot of people, seeing as what her fate ended up being. Here we've got another guy, Waffler69, who died of a presumed heart attack. Another one, Professor of Fat Studies, who questioned the links between weight and health, lost her life aged 42. Well, there's your answer. You don't need to question it any longer. 42 years old. And you could say, well, skinny people die all the time too. Okay, but the percentage of fat influencers that have passed away is staggeringly high, and they're all obese. That is the common denominator, and they're all dying very young. And then here is Brittany Sauer, the one who couldn't cut her own toenails due to the exhaustion that would set in. All right, that got a little bit dark. Let's move on. So here's the Instagram page for Fatcon, and you'll notice the accessibility here with the wheelchair. And the fact that a lot of these people actually will need wheelchairs simply because they are too big to walk is not great. We'll just leave it at that. It's not good. So here we have images from the convention. So let's take a look through some of these photos. Wow, 215 likes. I'm not one of them. I'm not gonna lie. I do not care for this photo here very much. I think it's a bit shameful. This one I do like. They had some bingo. Some of these were actually pretty good. I like this one here. Warrior down with the thickness sash. So hopefully they can at least laugh at themselves, but I feel like they're taking themselves pretty seriously to go to a convention like this. They just want to be accepted, and they shouldn't. They shouldn't be accepted. Things that harm you should not be accepted. If somebody is a drunk, for example, you shouldn't accept alcoholism. If people say to you, you should quit drinking, you might want to listen. It's for your own good. It's the same thing with obesity. If someone says you should probably lose a little bit of weight, you shouldn't feel offended. You should take a look at yourself and go, why would they say that? And you might realize that it's out of love. They want you to be healthy. I mean, yeah, there are going to be a few people out there that just want to be mean to you. They feel good when they put you down. It makes them feel better. Ignore those people. You should be positive. All around, you should be positive, but not about every single aspect, not about every choice that you make. You should feel negative about some of the choices you made, and you should feel positive about your willingness to change them. You should feel positive about having the choice to better yourself. That should be fat positivity. The fact that you can change your ways before it's too late, at least for most people. Now, just the fact that society has got to this point where we are actually having conventions for people that are morbidly obese is so messed up. I want to know how you feel about it. Let me know in the comments. This has been Matter of Fact. I'll see you in the next video.